8:35 a.m. this Saturday morning, May 3rd, 2025. Just look right alongside this flagpole here. You see what I am targeting. We need to have a serious talk. A very serious talk. We'll continue on in just a moment. And no, this is not what you're thinking. We need to talk about trees. Okay? You know, trees. Very important. Right? For many, many reasons. Trees can be very symbolic. Right? Trees have a lot to do with their skies. Right? This is a tough one, people. I am going to be a little bit slow about getting this out because I'm not really sure how to approach this and how to address this. Back when I was a kid, let's go ahead and go this route. Back when I was a kid and going to church, Sunday school, we would hear these biblical stories. And of course, back then, one of the songs that was really famous on the radio was that song, Tie a Yellow Ribbon Around the Old Oak Tree. And there's a lot of symbological significance to that song. But while I was a youth going to Sunday school, there was a sycamore tree that was mentioned quite often. And then in school, during science class and nature outings, we would collect samples from leaves, samples of leaves from trees to identify trees. And not only that, but blossoms on trees. And fruits or nuts on trees. Some being called nutlets, such as on the sycamore tree. So I'm going to try to deliver this in a nice, neat little package, if I can. First and foremost, I would ask that if you're not familiar with the sycamore tree, that you might actually do a little Google search and just put in the search engine Sycamore. And that's Sycamore, Sycamore. Just kind of scroll down through the different article sites. It's going to be important. Okay, now while doing that, and if you come across information on the sycamore tree, you might want to look into the nutlet of the sycamore tree. and how it is described, because it is described as something geometrical. Okay? Now I need to jump into uh, the fact that I've been talking a lot about spirituality here recently. And I've been talking about how I've been having these downloads of information and these frequencies in my head and so on and so forth. And I've been bringing forth a lot of the words and terms, the spiritual jargon within tarot card readings. One of them that's been coming about quite often is the factor of mirroring, to mirror. And that is when you are basically an empath that can mirror those about you in order to show them what they are all about. In other words, what comes around goes around. What comes to you, you give back. In the same notion, just so you can teach others what they are really like. Because you are being a mirror to their actions and reactions. Okay? This is important. Follow along. This is getting very crazy. Now, symbols and signs in the skies. And I have been showing these X's, these hooked X's, these geometric shapes. And now I find out that there is such a thing as quantum hallucinations. And this is connected to Sycamore. We're getting there, people. I'm not liking this, okay? But then, of course, not a whole lot out there in so-called life today that well, I just find life amusing anymore, okay? Through my observations and others and the information that's being shared. Man, these are some weird, wicked looking skies this morning. So, information that comes through spiritual means, okay? The higher consciousness. And I've been speaking of AI bringing forth a new religion, possibly even a new god. Quantum physics and mechanics. And spirituality. Man, this is going to be a tough one to really diagnose and analyze in order to know what path is the proper path to be walking down. Man, these connections that I am making and trying to share with people, I just don't think it's getting across to you viewers. But maybe this video, through the link below, will help out, along with some of the little tidbits of hints and clues that I have given you. This is very, very disturbing information, especially if you are within the spirit realm of reality. Reality is a word that is brought up. Consciousness is a word that is brought up. There's many words within this video, a very scientific video, but you will hear a lot of the same words that comes through spirituality. And this is where it begins to get very disturbing. I really can't see anymore. Wow. Just click on the link, go from there. Let me know your thoughts. I am not too sure how to react. Just have a great one.